What is good people? Normally I don't like doing these kind of slideshow slash video slides and all that kind of videos, but I wanted to do a quick video for anybody that follows my YouTube channel and doesn't follow my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, you miss a lot, trust me. No Love Motors. You'll see it throughout the video. But here's how the car sits. K24 is in there, runs great, drivable. It's beautiful, man. I'm very happy with the situation. So I'm gonna kick it off and go into detail about all the parts and what it took to get this running. So as you can see here, I have it zoomed in on the left. If you look on the left side where the serpentine belt is ran off the EP3 K-tuned idle pulley, you have to swap this whole K20 water pump housing out, the K24 out, and put a K21 on. It's better. It relocates the alternator down to the bottom, a little bit more room for whatever you're gonna do, you know, radiator and all that kind of stuff. So definitely do that. But you will have to take off the upper stud on the right side off the K20 and swap it for the K24, which is actually, if it's never been taken off, trust me, it's hard to do. Them things are stuck on there really good. I couldn't even do it, so I ran 3 bolts and it sealed up pretty nicely. I just had them on tight. But yeah, if you can't get them off, try to get it off, because I'm still trying to get mines off, just so I could swap that and have it on there perfectly without any worries or any leaking. It doesn't leak, engine doesn't leak at all, so I should be fine. So here, I had to take out the whole dash, took everything out, which was, you know, I wanted to do anyway so I can make all the wiring and stuff easier for myself, which it did, trust me, it really did. But yeah, ran the shifter cables through the firewall, and that worked out perfectly because I'm not using heater hoses. I'm not gonna use the heater, I'm not gonna use AC, none of that. I ordered a shifter plate, the no-cut plate offline, cost me like $30, so that was dope. Fits in perfectly. You do have to drill 2 holes, but you know, if you've seen a million of these K-series videos, so you know the holes, how they line up. I'm pretty sure you've seen the no-cut shifter plates that everybody has. Don't buy the K-tune one. You don't need that shit because you're probably gonna cover it up anyway. Just buy the $30 one that comes online. Trust me, it's $30 instead of spending $100. I mean, if you're like me and trying to go budget with everything, because this whole build cost me almost 6 racks. So yeah, and that's with me doing all the work. It's not cheap. But yeah, so let's go on to the fuel line. As you saw in the last video, I had some trashy little fuel setup just to mock it up. But now I actually got an adapter line that goes over your stock fuel rail. Like I said, for now, I just wanted to get the engine started up, so I did a lot of the stuff a little as cheap as possible because I have a 90-day warranty, and I wanted to make sure I made it within that window to see if the motor was good, right? Because you never know if you have a rod knock or not until you start the motor. So yeah, so got it on there, everything tightened up, no leaks, nothing leaked out when I finally got the ECU back, which we'll get into later. But AEM fuel pressure regulator, Chase Bay fuel lines, and then this little 6 ANN to fuel rail adapter, which was like $15 that I ended up getting from Powerhouse, which I got a lot of stuff from Powerhouse. Shout out to them. But yeah, the fuel pressure was great. When it came time to start the car up, I was just so happy that I didn't have any leaks. You know, I checked that even before I started the car by just turning it on with the ECU plugged up. It immediately gives fuel pressure as soon as you turn the key to ignition. So that was, trust me, that was this whole setup was pretty good. And it actually looks pretty decent if I was to zoom out on this picture. So yeah, here's the K-tune throttle body adapter. If you're gonna run the RSX throttle body to a RBB or RBC, RAA, whatever they call all them damn manifolds, you're gonna need a K-tune throttle body adapter. 60, I think it's like 62 to 70 millimeters, something like that. Yeah, it works, plugs up. As you can see, here's the uncleaned RSX throttle cable adapter. And I didn't use this throttle cable that's in the picture. That was just for a mock-up. But I ended up using a RSX throttle cable. So y'all, let's talk about this mess, man. The dc2 K-swap conversion harness, man, it took a week. It took 2 weeks to get this, and I was like searching for a long time trying to find a conversion harness that wasn't gonna take me a month to get. And so SSR Swap Shop Racing out here in Southern California, I actually had ordered a hybrid racing one, but I guess, you know, somebody bought it at the same time I bought it, so they hadn't sent it out to me, and it had been a week. So I called and asked why, and they said, oh, somebody bought it at the same time. So the internet thought that, the site thought that you could get it, but really it was already gone. So what they did do, which was dope, they overnighted me a K-Tune one, which is more expensive than the hybrid racing one. And I wish I'd have, if either way, I wish I'd have bought this K2 one in the first place, because it ended up working out perfectly. As you can see, if you look at the bottom right in this picture, splicing into the 3 wires was simple. It's the ELD, the engine load wire. It's the check engine light wire and the gas pump wire, whatever, the ignition. So yeah, you know what that is. But yeah, plugs up nice to the RSX base. This is the RSX base conversion. RSX base engine harness. Plugs up nice to that. The charge harness, all that stuff is RSX base. So everything worked out perfectly. Oh God, I don't even want to talk about this. Honda, man, you know, the system works great. It's a great system, and I understand why people use it. And I think for everybody else, K-Pro, it probably worked out perfect, but it took a whole month for me to get this back. And for somebody who's as impatient as I am, it was torture waiting for this for a whole fucking month, honestly. You know, I'm calling people every day, like, yo, where's my stuff at? Where's my stuff? And then they were not answering their phone because the COVID stuff, they don't have no customer service on the phone. So I sent the email, and when I finally did see the email, they replied quickly and told me that it looks like your ECU is done and it's being shipped out tomorrow. So when I sent this out May 8th and didn't get it back till like June 15th. So when I finally did get it back, it worked perfectly. And yeah, so I took forever to get some headers too. And this stupid Denso O2 sensor that cost like $230 that I wasn't prepared for. But hey, you got to get all the right stuff right. It took me forever to get the headers just because, you know, you can't buy a header without a catalytic converter and have it shipped to California because of the emission laws. So a lot of these companies don't ship them to California. So I had to find somebody, offer up, who had one, and drive, you know, a good hour from my house to go pick this up, to a guy who was being an a-hole, who didn't want to meet me nowhere. I was like, you know, you could drive 20 minutes and meet me somewhere so I don't have to drive a good hour in traffic, which is, you know, 2 hours in California if you know anything. But I had to drive an hour away from my house just to go pick these up. And I'm paying him, you know, overpriced pretty much because he knows I am. So I was happy. I was mad about this. But yeah, they work. Sound great, as you'll hear. So here you go. Car finally got started. I'm so happy about this, as you can tell by my face right here. One more time for the YouTube, man. I was so happy about this first startup. It was great. As you can hear, the car sounds great, runs fine, and this is with, you know, open headers and all that good stuff. So it was really loud, and you know, my neighbors are actually really good people and they love cars, so they actually love to hear it, surprisingly. But yeah, axles in, RSX base axles, a little short. You can tell they're a little short on the driver's side, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll work. I hammered in the little pin and everything, so they should stay on there. It should work just fine. But yeah, so car moves under its own power. I've driven it to the gas station, loud as hell. I don't have the rest of the exhaust done, and I gotta wait like almost a month on a waiting list to get it tuned. So for now, I'm not driving it. I don't want to mess nothing up. Interior wise, everything got put back together. I got a black dash from the guy I sold the B18 motor to. The B20 VTEC motor to. He hooked me up with this for free. So put the black dash in, even though now my VIN number says DC4, but instead of DC2. But anyway, yeah. So I do plan on doing a complete black dash. I do plan on doing like black leather racing type seats. Something comfortable, something nice at the same time, because I am a big guy. So regular racing seats is not gonna work for me on a day, because it's gonna be a daily driver slash, you know, track car kind of thing, or street racing, whatever I feel like doing with it. For now, I just wanted to have something to do during this whole COVID-19 shit, to keep my mind occupied, because, you know, I'm a car guy, motorcycle guy. I gotta be moving when it comes to this engine stuff. So yeah. But also, you know, the shifter feels great, man. It just feels so smooth. K series transmission feels hella smooth, man. So then I finally tackled all the cooling after I got it started. Got the regular half radiator in, radiator fan wired up to a switch that I have in there. I just don't trust K-Pro yet, so I didn't want to mess with my cooling, which I probably end up, wiring it to the K-Pro because it does have the switch. So we'll see if it cuts on right. But for now, I just wanted to do a little hand switch, inside the car, just in case. But like I said, I was able to drive it to the gas station and drive it around, shift through all gears. Everything felt smooth. I'm really happy because it's the first time I've ever built a car from the ground up. Engine, transmission, axles, wiring harness, clutch, everything was done by me. I did everything out of my garage. So I was really happy with this, and like I said, it was my first time doing something like this completely by myself, no help, nobody else touched my car. My friend CJ did come by at the end of the build after the car had been started, after I drove it, to help me put on the new headers, which I was happy to have him there. But other than that, like I said, I did everything myself, so it came out beautifully to me. The car runs, just got to finish getting the rest of the exhaust welded up to it, cut the old exhaust, because I like how the MagnaFlow muffler I have sounds. It sounds pretty good, but I don't know how it will sound with this engine, so let me not say that. But I'm going to cut it up. I have my own welder, and I'm learning how to weld. So once I feel comfortable, I'm going to cut it up and weld it myself, which, I have a whole month on a waiting list to get my car tuned by a very well-known tuner, Armin Tuned, up here in the high desert of Victorville, California. So yeah, once he's done with it, gets it tuned, I will be driving this car around, have a little fun with it, then save some money up, finish the whole interior done, get that done, get it painted, new headlights, all that jazz. But for now, car's updated. Y'all know what I know.